Welcome to the Smart CEO Smart Chat. I am Kyra Hardwick, and I am thrilled to be here with you. Thanks for tuning in. We hope that this episode will be an incredible influence on the way that you do the work that you do every day. So whether you're a smart CEO, working from home, working from the office, simply navigating your life and family, whatever it is, today's the day you made a great decision to tune into our podcast and get this smart talk. So let's dig in. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Smart Talk podcast. I am Kyra Rénel and I am the founder of the Smart CEO community, the CEO of the Kyra company. And as always, I am thrilled to be with you today. And you are inside of an amazing series of episodes with our cohort. So I can't wait to introduce to you the Smart CEO Accelerator, Capacity Building Accelerator cohort members that you're going to be meeting all season. And today we're going to talk to two leaders that are co-founders in the tech, media, and digital services space. So we're going to talk to two business owners that have the pleasure of co-leading a firm, and we're going to talk about their journey. We're going to get into the details. You know, I'm going to ask 1,000,001 questions because I'm always curious about the journey that leaders are on. So first, let me introduce you to Trisha McIntosh, co-founder and CEO of BSM Media Group, a Houston-based media company behind the award-winning BSM magazine, the Twins of Media show. Since launching as a blog in 2008, the brand has grown into multiple platforms, a powerhouse with a celebrity roster that's out of this world, that it includes Tabitha Brown, Vivica Fox, Oprah Winfrey, and even Kyra Rénel. And so I'll add myself to your credit. So Trisha, we're excited to have you. And not only are we blessed to have you, but we are also blessed to have your co-founder, Tasha Taylor, on with us as well, also co-founder. And so just know this, the Twins of Media show, it's a twin-founded Houston media platform with 15 years of cultural reach and an interview roster, of course, spinning. And I gave you a couple, but I'm going to add a couple heavy hitters. Dr. Maya Angelou is on your roster of individuals that you've had the pleasure of interviewing. So, Latisha, I am excited to have you on. Welcome to the Smart CEO podcast.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us, Kyra. Glad to be here.
Absolutely. It is a pleasure. So, ladies, you all have been a part of something very special over the last several, almost 12 weeks or so. The Smart CEO Capacity Builder Accelerator. I'm taking a deep breath because it has been an amazing journey. And I'd really love just to hear a little bit about what BSM is, what you do, and then we'll get into the details around how this accelerator has become a part of your journey as well. So, Trisha, do you want to kick us off?
Yes. So, what is BSM? BSM is a media and production company. We started back in 2008 as a one-page blog, and since has gone on to digital publication magazine away from print during the pandemic, and now it's a full-scale media and production company.
Fantastic. Okay, let's hold Tasha. Why did you all co-found BSM?
We co-founded BSM because it's something that God gave us to do. I have to speak the truth in it. We were born creatives, and there's a reason why we're twin sisters. We were always working together. Even as children, we were doing things that were of an entrepreneurial nature. We just didn't have the name to go with, whether it was selling cookies, a lemonade stand, artwork, you name it. So it was just natural for us to transition into adulthood working as business partners.
That's awesome. So I'm going to ask the question that I know every single business owner is asking themselves right now. So you're twins and you're working together. How is that?
I would say it's lovely. We've always, and I don't mean to sound like Mary Poppins in it, but
you said since the beginning, like cookies and lemonade stand.
Yeah.
So like today,
honestly, we do get along fairly well. I think in comparison to other siblings that may be in business together. Of course, naturally you have your differences, but I think we try to find a really great way of working those things out without insulting or throwing someone under the bus. We may walk away from a phone call or take a big part to like, whew. But all in all, we really do get along well. And we have to. We've been doing this thing for a little bit of time.
Yeah, and I
Oh,
copy that, Kyra. And actually, we have learned so much about each other, like what she's stronger at, what I'm stronger at, and we bring those strengths to the table to make it happen, make it work in our business.
Yeah,
let's
that's
dig into
true.
that. That was exactly where I wanted to go, Trisha. So, what's the yin and the yang? Who's the operational head? Who's the money girl? Who's the creative? Who's the outreach and salesperson? Who's got what?
We've literally done everything within this company, as you can imagine. And I'm more of the creative side. Latasha's also too. And so I tend to tap into the magazine covers and the graphics and all those different things. Latasha, at the start, she was more so the writer when we first started. But in terms of like the money person, I think we both are. I think we're both the money person. I think she would agree.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. And we've grown as we've been a part of our business, and we have a respectability for each other's lanes. Whereas Latricia just mentioned, she may work the graphic part or work with the graphic designers when it comes to
Oversee.
the visual concepts of what we're putting out product or service wise. And I love words. I love piecing words together, putting things together. It pulls it all together because we are perfectionists in a lot of sense, and we don't like to put anything out that does not look like it should. So she's on the visual side, I'm on the word side. We're working together, and at the end, we just have a really great product that we put out.
that's fantastic. You got to have that symmetry and that
Mhm.
chemistry.
Yeah.
Okay, so you all have interviewed and had conversations, but tell me a little bit. I'm going to list Dr. Maya Angelou, Oprah Winfrey, Tabitha Brown, Vivica A. Fox.
Yes.
Of those four powerhouses, is there anything special that stood out about the conversations you've had with them or the interview that you conducted with any of those four super icons?
I would
Yes.
say for Dr. Maya Angelou, what a treat. And it took about probably almost 2 years to get that interview, Kyra. And not only did we interview her twice, but also we had her personal number to call her at home. And so what stood out to me was not necessarily the interviews, but her interest in our family life, our business, us as women, our children. And she had gems to give us when she was here on earth. Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
I'll share this really quickly. The last call, she had a kind of a conference call with an organization led by former Essence editor in chief Susan Taylor, who started a mentoring company at her retirement. And I became closely connected with her mentoring cares organization.
Yes.
And Dr. Maya Angelou was on a call, and I remember having my earpod in my ear. Really, I think it was like headphones, like because there was a cord hanging down, right, in my ear. And my daughter was in between my knees getting her hair twisted. And so I took the other earbud or headphone, put it in her ear, and I just knew in that moment it was just remarkably special.
Yes.
And we waited with like bated breath for her to come to the call. We knew she was coming. It was a private group of folks that had been invited to this conversation. And I remember sitting there and just listening. And I was just like watching my daughter take it in. I'm like, she'll appreciate this years to come.
Yeah.
And literally, it was the Thursday before she passed away. And it was like the last conversation she had publicly with a group of individuals.
That's
Yeah.
beautiful, Kyra.
Wow.
Oh
You
my gosh, it was
Yes,
wonderful.
yes. If I may add, our first interview with the late Dr. Maya Angelou, I kept saying, God, give me something to ask this woman who's always poured into everyone else. And she
Yeah.
always talked about joy. And I was trying to think of just several different things. And sometimes things are just very simple. Just go with simplicity. And I heard God just say, just ask her the same thing that she gives out to other people. And simply, I'm paraphrasing because there were other parts, but the question that I asked was simply, what brings you joy? And I wanted a question that would allow her to rest because when people constantly pour out, they also need to rest. And when that question was asked, and she said, ah, before she
Yeah.
left. And I was like, thank you, God. She rested in what was asked so that she could
Mm,
answer. That's
that's
someone,
so powerful.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad you actually said that, Latasha, because she is about the simplicities of life. If you have a chance to listen to any of her work, you read any of her work, it really does get down to the very basic things that
Yes.
we walk past, smell. Don't stop to smell, don't stop to savor, don't stop to see, don't pause to feel, and don't acknowledge in thought. And she really, it challenges us to I think, dig deep into the things that make life worth living. So that was really powerful. So I'm glad you said that. Yeah, it was powerful. On the heels of that moment, the day she passed, I literally stopped in my tracks and wrote a piece that was, oh yeah, I'll share with you all. But it was
That'd be
on the heels.
nice.
Yeah, it was pretty powerful because I was so impacted by that. So I think thank you for emphasizing her interview because it's so special. And then so the next question I have for you is, as you all are on this journey of capturing, hearing, and encapsulating stories of others, what is it about your journey that really called you into the space of storytelling or story capturing? And I know you said you guys have been creative since birth. You came out doing the best of the creative, left brain, right brain, fully activated. But my question is, what is it? There was a moment, just like it is for most of us, where this is what I want to do. For
I'll
those of
start.
us that have been blessed to get there,
Yes.
this is what I want to do moment. What has
I'll,
that been? What was that for you all?
yes, I'll start. It's funny because I used to spend a lot of time in the mirror. I remember from the time I was 5, and our father, he would knock on the door. It's time to get out of the bathroom, because I would just make up stories and create stories. But I think what really signaled it for me, excuse me, was the fact that I used to hold an imaginary microphone in front of my classmates' faces. Middle school, I think this was middle school, and I would pretend like I was doing the 5 o'clock news or some type of broadcast. So it was in me from very young, and I think it never went away. And life happens, Kyra, and I think you go into your profession that maybe you went to school for, but writing and interviewing and things of that sort was always inside of me. And really, honestly, it's like breathing. When I'm interviewing someone, I am very much interested in people's stories, because you're lending your ear. They're trusting you to listen to what it is that they have that's going on in their world. And I don't take that for granted. And again, it's like breathing. I love hearing people's stories. I like to people watch, and I can people watch and create something in a heartbeat in me.
That's good.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think Kyra for me is the same thing. And it's also just listening to where people are at now
Yes.
and learning where they came from. It's something about speaking to people in that capacity. And then also, too, Latasha mentioned her early start. I like I'm more so the icebreaker when we interview. I like to just have that one liner so I can feel like where people are at, the atmosphere. Yeah.
Yeah. So you want to connect immediately, Latricia,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
you're straight to
We
it.
had that twin joke. I'm a minute older. And then she has her little thing that she chimes in, respect her elders.
I have
And
to
it's
respect my
always like
elders.
it's always like a good icebreaker for everybody. Yeah.
That's so good. So you all are twins. Are there other siblings that you all grew up with? Tell us a little bit about your background.
So
Everyone.
there are other siblings to keep it. So I'll keep it simple at first. We have a sister that's a few years younger than we are. So we all three grew up together, but we are a part of a beautiful extended family on both our mom and dad's side. But we grew up in the Bay Area of California. Oakland, California was our upbringing. So it's 3 sisters, and it was so cute because normally we didn't realize it at first, but when people would come by, we would say hi, we would sing it, and then hi. So we became the girls, and so that's our nickname, the girls. But growing up in the Bay Area, and yeah, Trisha, I'll let you chime in.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I think having a blended family has allowed us to see, I think, beyond what normally you would see. There are many siblings,
Yeah,
and the way that we love each other and support each other, I think that has added to our life, enriched it. And then the support that Latasha and I have had with the business from our blended family. It's been a beautiful
Yeah.
thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing. I will say, just for the point of reconnecting, I too grew up in a blended family, and I used to use the hashtag. I probably still do. It's been blended because I
Oh,
think the
yeah.
term of blended families and bonus this and bonus that. I've been somebody's
Yes.
bonus since I was 4.
Yes.
And I'm like, we've just been a blended family. And so when you start thinking about the dynamics in a blended family, the relationships of
Yeah.
siblings, the dynamics of siblings, it is interesting. And I think one of the things, not to go too far here, but I love to bring the points to a central understanding. One of the things that just really crystallized within our family as a blended family, there are 9 siblings across our family's blend.
Yeah.
And we really align very differently. When my father passed away, it created a dynamic amongst all of us, and it caused us obviously to look at life more dynamically, but it just really did emphasize the value of our relationships. And so when you start thinking about the power of a blended family, the story of it, like it shapes who you are, right? These things shape our ideas, the way we do business, like you just said, it's the support, it's the lack of support, it's the culture of your family, it's the expectations, it's all of the mind shifting and the mind setting that your family's influence. So just wanted to bring that home. I think people should always know that business owners, CEOs, entrepreneurs, that we're
Yes.
human beings having a human
Yes.
Yes.
experience.
Yes.
And it comes at us the way it comes, and we process it and deal with it the way we process and deal with it. And there's no right or wrong, but there's definitely a way for us to share. In community like this, in the smart CEO space, is super important to me to be able to make sure that we all have voice and we all have visibility, and then we can find some relatability amongst each other.
Yes.
Ladies, all right. So you all for the last 12 weeks have been a part of the Smart CEO Accelerator. Okay, I know, right? Congratulations. Congratulations. So
Thank you.
now you're officially transitioning to alumni. Okay, I need to hear it. Give me the power lineup of what's been impactful. What have you learned? What are you most excited about? What are you doing in the next 12 months? So you can start from wherever you want. So I'll start with Latasha. Latasha, and you can volleyball back and forth if you all want to, but I'd love to hear from you all. Like, how has it been?
It has been absolutely wonderful. And I honestly mean that it has been wonderful. Very organized, very well put together. And I'm not just saying that because the founder is here, but very organized and very well put together. It has been eye opening and mind opening for me. I thoroughly enjoyed it. What's funny is that a lot of systems and processes that you may have in place for your own business, either you've done something before, but being a part of the Smart CEO Accelerator, it allows you to see how you can do it better or maybe do away with some things that just didn't work and you were holding on to. That's one of the
Yeah.
things that I like about the program. I like the camaraderie among the cohorts. Everybody's there to help each other. I didn't initially feel that anybody was trying to keep any information. We were all open and available to helping one another. And the presenters have been fabulous, very thorough, to the point where I feel like everybody cares because even outside of the sessions that were taking place, you can go inside of the portal, the resources that are available, and also the presenters. They're wanting to support you. They're wanting to help you. I now on my LinkedIn page, there are people that are liking and supporting and commenting on my posts from the Smart CEO, and that's important. And I'll tell you why. Because a lot of times you'll deal with speakers or you'll have speakers and oh, let's exchange information, and then you never hear from them again. It's been quite different with the Smart CEO because everybody's engaged and everybody's there to help. And your team is very consistent. I feel like it's 3 or 4 Kyras. Everybody
Yeah.
has their different personalities, but the way that the machine runs, I'm like, yeah, this is top notch. Yeah, I love
That's
it.
so good.
I love
Oh, I'm
it.
so glad to hear that. That was so good, so good, so good. The team's phenomenal, and they have worked very hard over the last several years for us to build this out from the initial vision, right, to evolve it. And so we all own it respectfully. And so I love that. We take a lot of pride in making sure that I don't play about my smart CEOs now. My team knows that.
Yes.
It is about the TKC care, which is the Kyra company. That's what we call it, TKC care for my smart CEOs. You all should be concierge at every touch point But thank you for that. I know that's right. That's what I'm talking about. We should be treating you as royalty. That's what you are. Okay, Latricia, what about you? How has it been for you?
I think she pretty much said it all, but it's been community. It's been eye opening, like Tasha said. It's been one of those things, Kyra, to where you thought you knew, but you didn't know, but now you know. And I like the consistency. I love the fact that there's no gatekeeping, and it makes you feel like you're a part of a wonderful group and that you can go
Yeah.
as far as you can imagine. That's what I love
Yeah,
about the Smart CEO. It's giving
that
me
is
that
so good.
confidence, new energy, and it makes me feel like I absolutely can.
Absolutely, and
Yeah.
absolutely you can. That's so important. Community is the one of the strongest emphasis. The intention behind the coursework, the facilitated forums that you're in, and the experts that we bring the best
Yes.
to the platform. We know it. We are touting it, popping our collars and dusting off our shoulders. We're like, no, we got the best. We got the best. But one thing I love about it, the focus is really about your capacity building. So learning how to collaborate so you can build capacity. Everything is not on you or your team. Sometimes building capacity with organizations or service providers that are adjacent to you, it helps. And that's how we've grown. Capacity, excuse me, capital stacking and access to capital. So we know there's traditionally an access to capital challenge. We also know that there is an access to capital method. And so it's like bringing those two things together to say,
Yes.
okay, we know the challenge exists. The challenge is most design, or I should say, is most the greatest roadblock on the challenge typically is around education and knowing the what and the how. Like, how do I get to the money? And so we wanted to bring the idea and the resources very close. That's a big thing for me. Bring the resources sources closer so we
Yes.
can get to them and learn how to capital stack. Get the hard truth about where you are in your business. Figure out what documents you need to have so you can prepare your portfolio for the bank. And then if you are in a growth stage, are you ready for a sale, a transaction? Where are you on that journey? And then the third component that's really critical for us is to make sure that our smart CEOs are supply chain ready suppliers. And so
Yes.
that you can supply your services to corporations at every level, corporations, the government at every level. We want you to be there. And so okay, so that's the scope. Okay, any one session or even the clinics, because you guys got bonus clinics this year. Is there any one session that was just your rocket ship? Tasha, you go first. Was there a session that you had that was like the rocket ship and you were like, this did it for me?
Pretty much all of them, but I think I'm trying to recall it. I think,
Call it for you. Go ahead.
yeah, it had a lot. I know the capital, but it had a lot to do with just, I think it was like the second to last session that we had. But I know, I will say this, let me just say this. The capital was one of the things that stood out to me
Yeah.
conversation wise in and around that. And then also, of course, the presentations with the bank, the banking information, because, and I'll tell you why that stood out to me because, and this is for anyone watching, sometimes we have a relationship with things that we frequent, like Capital Chase. Chase was one of the presenters, representatives from Chase. And you think about it in your journey, what in your personal life, you may have banked all your life at a particular bank, and but that's all that you did. Whether your direct deposit only went through and that was it, there was no relationship. So the sessions where they talked about banking and raising money and capital, that stood out to me because I long ago said, you know what, you have to have more of a relationship where you go. You just can't have
Mhm.
a check or something be the only thing or be the only relationship. So that stood out to me, to want to do better in business years ago and then coming forward. And it helped me to realize there's other parts of where we go on a daily basis, because a lot of us do things on a daily basis, but how are we maximizing where we go?
Yeah.
So that
Yeah.
session allowed me to say, I need to really maximize my
Mhm.
experiences. If I am a customer at Chase, whether it's on a personal or professional level, I need to form that relationship and keep it going. It benefits me and my business. So that really stood out to me.
That's so good. So Justin Hurst,
Yes,
the
Justin Hurst, yes.
Cookies for Impact representative from the Charlotte market, is a phenomenal. He's very enthusiastic about the journey of entrepreneurs. And so he delivered a great conversation around just that. And then you had Kimberly Evans, who did another portion to that around
Yes.
capital stacking and access. And she is with a company called Beck Evans, and she did a phenomenal job as well. So you had it coming straight from the bank, from those that are really aligned with the success coaching of businesses. And then you had the direct conversation from a former banker and now really a capital, really a supplier capital access guru who has just pulled all that knowledge together and has partnerships in so many different ways to get us to bring the money closer, right? So you have your banking relationships, and you hit it, Latasha. I'll say this: relationships,
Yes. Yes.
they matter almost over everything. Almost over everything.
Can I
Uh,
add something else?
yeah.
Justin Hurst, he was one of the individuals who he's there to support the LinkedIn post and actually connected us to local bankers, banking representatives in our area, whereas we can go to future workshops and things. And since that time, we've had two people from the Chase Bank contact us regarding future workshops. So yes, very much involved, and that's what I appreciate. Yes.
That's a win. That's a win, and that's an
Oh,
impact.
yes, yes, yes.
Yes, we want you closer. Those relationships are super valuable. You're in a great market where they have phenomenal banking consultants that are really dedicated to the success of the entrepreneurs in the market. So I love that. So you're in the Houston market, Justin's in the Charlotte market, and he called his Houston market buddies and said, "Hey, see about my business
Yes,
owners that are part of the
yes.
capacity builder." And I know they were like, "Oh, yes, they're smart
And they
CEOs.
call.
Let's go."
And
I
they call.
love
Yes,
it. And
Yeah,
they
yes,
that's
call. That's
great.
what the relationship is about, right? We have relationships with those folks too. So they know the caliber, the output, the expectations, and what's to come for you all. So congratulations on that. But
yes.
Trisha, anything you want to add to that? Was there any rocket ship for you? What put the fuel in your tank?
I think it was the cybersecurity because I am a
Mm,
protector by nature. And
yeah.
whenever I think about our business, Kyra, I'm like always thinking about what to protect, what don't we know, because it's been the two of us for some time. And then we had some interns and employees at one point in time. And so I'm always thinking about the next and making sure that we are protected. I am that person. So that stood out for me. And also the AI presentation because
Oh, yeah.
I was on the fence about it, Kyra. I was like, what is this AI thing? Do we really need this? But absolutely need it. It's really great for Latasha and I because we don't have to do it all.
That's right.
We can get some help and just breathe. So those two
Yeah.
stood out for me.
That's so good. You can build capacity with
Yeah.
your digital team. That's so good.
Yeah.
So the cybersecurity was led by Avis Yates Rivers of TCGI, a Carolina-based company, and then also Mayoshia Boykin
Mhm. She's
of
good.
the Antac family of companies led the technology, innovation, and
Yeah.
AI. And
Yeah. She did a
she
good
is
job.
remarkable. I'm
Yes.
telling you, the best of the best.
Phenomenal. Yeah.
Is
Yes.
Avis has been in the space of technology, innovation, and services. And then, of course, Linares, which is her programming, or excuse me, her software and her access tool that helps to help mitigate the risk of your cyber risks. And so, from my
Yeah.
understanding, you all were invited, even with Sherelle, if I'm not right, Sherelle Francis,
So,
you were
yes.
invited to do some assessments, and I did get the news that some of you all took them up on doing some of the assessments and the work to remedy some of your risks. So kudos, and they're part of the community. So you have time, but it's really about the step that you take with the information you have. So thank you for sharing that, Letitia. That was huge. That
Yeah, and I
was
want to
huge.
add too, Kyra, that it was really eye-opening that when you're a small business and never thought about this with cybersecurity, that the risk for small businesses that can take you out literally
Oh
in
yeah.
your small business.
Oh yeah.
So that was eye-opening for me. Yeah.
Oh yeah. There are tons of phishing emails that flow through your
Hmm.
inbox. You know how to navigate them, but they flow through your inbox. And I've had several clients run into challenges where the phishing happened. Someone was able to mirror their finance system, someone was able to mirror their emails. And so there's outreach going out. We see it all the time on socials. So it's about us being careful about
Yeah.
the management of our digital footprint and making sure that we understand how to protect ourselves and our customers as a result of being
Yeah.
good stewards over our cyber health. So very good stuff. Okay.
Yes.
Last of it all, ladies. Okay. I would love to say I had a rapid fire, but I'm just going to go here because it's two of you all. Tea or coffee?
Tea.
T.
All right. Mountains or ocean?
Ocean.
I don't know, both, but I am afraid of heights. And I can't
You don't,
swim.
you don't have to hike the mountains.
Mountains, Kyra.
Okay. At home or away or out? We'll say outside. At home or outside?
Outside, but I like
Outside.
to be at home too.
Outside.
Okay. Book or movie?
Movie,
Book.
Okay. Favorite music genre?
gospel,
Okay.
80s R&B.
80s R&B. Okay. Chocolate or vanilla?
chocolate.
Chocolate.
Okay.
I like
All right, I
these.
think that was it.
I like these.
High heels or flats?
These days, flats.
Y'all just messed us up, man. We're like giving the most comfy
I know.
I used to wear heels all the time, but these days, flats. Yes. Yes.
Okay. I will say this, ladies, it has been an absolute pleasure talking to the co-founders of BSM Media Group, and I'm thrilled to have you officially now moving into the alumni seats, but part of the Smart CEO community. Once a Smart CEO, you will always be and forever a Smart CEO. We ask that you continue to add and to join and to connect and to offer tremendous value to your peers that are relying on you all that have the knowledge now to keep them going. And as we continue to add value and add partners and colleagues and suppliers to the Smart CEO community, just know our intention is to grow and to grow literally without an end. So we're excited that you're here. We're glad you're on the Smart Talk podcast. Yes. And where can everyone find you? Give them the handle that you want them to use.
Yes. Instagram is BSM_mag. And then LinkedIn, we are BSM Media Group. And then for our magazine website, we are bsmandmedia.com.
All right, very good. All of that will be in the show notes. So make sure you click down and get all the information you need. I am again Kyra Rénel, CEO founder and the CEO of the Kyra Company. And we are excited to be on today with Tasha Taylor and Trisha McIntosh, co-CEOs of BSM Media Group. Also officially Smart CEOs. They have finished the Charlotte 2026 Accelerator, the Capacity Building Accelerator, and they are off to the races. So until next time, everybody, we'll see you soon. Have a great one.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for listening to Smart Chat. Smart CEOs, you are on your way. We hope this episode has been fantastic for you. We are excited that you were here. So here's the deal. Follow us on all of our social media, look up the Kyra Company, and join us on all of our private platforms. We invite you to join our private Facebook group at the Smart CEOs. Jump in, join the conversation, and learn more about what we can do every day to grow our business and grow our community. Thanks so much for joining us. We're excited that you were here. Once again, I'm Kyra Hardwick, and you know it. I was thrilled to bring the Smart Chat to you. Take care. Talk to you soon.